Today I am diving into the icy depths of German death metal with Soul Grinder. I'm catching up with Steffen, the mastermind behind those razor-sharp riffs to talk brutality, riffs, and what it takes to keep death metal alive in 2025. If you think you know intensity, think again. Mate, how are you today?
Hey Chris, I'm doing fine. You?
Yeah, really, really good, mate. I'm very, very excited to have you on here today. I've been listening to you guys for a couple of weeks now, actually, really, really intensely. I'm loving it. I mean, I'm a massive death metal and mellow death fan myself, and so it's really been resonating. So yeah, a big fan myself. Now, the one thing I do love is you really keep kind of like an old school death metal feel. There is a modern twist there with it, but how do you approach your guitar writing parts for Soul Grinder?
So first of all, I joined the band like 2 years ago, and most of the songs are primarily written by a drummer, Mate. He's been doing most of the songwriting for Soul Grinder since they started in 2018 or something.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
But I'm also writing riffs with my other band, and so I personally I'm just like I write what I want to hear.
Yeah.
When I joined Soul Grinder, I knew what I was up to because I've known the guys for some time, especially Mate. We're like friends since forever. And yeah, I mean, I know what the guys wanted to play, like old school death metal, Vader, Behemoth, and exactly what you said, like this modern twist on old school death metal is what we're about, more or less. And I'm just when I personally write riffs, I think of the live situation always. Like I think if I were to stand the front row of a concert, what would I expect to hear? Like what kind of parts would I go crazy to? You know, and that's just what I'm putting down on paper or like into the DAW, whatever.
Yeah, I love that, man. I love that. Well, what kind of shape? What sort of band shaped your guitar playing then? Do you have any bands that are like really inspirational for you?
Yeah, lots of them, yeah, for sure. For me personally, like because I'm personally more of a modern metal guy since a few years, but like Morbid Angel is probably one of the most intense influence on my guitar playing because like these twisted melodies and the sliminess of the guitar riffs, like in shit like Where the Slime Lives, obviously, or also their slower stuff was pretty influential to me.
Yeah.
But also like of course Vader, Behemoth. Like we all love the super fast tremolo riffing and but also the groove, like I don't know, Decapitated, Gorefest, whatever. Like if you name any band of the 90s has to some degree has an influence on me, and also on Mate.
And I think you've got to have that groove in there as well. I think that's important.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, because without the groove, like the blasts won't hit as hard as they would do like in combination with groove. Because if you blast like for an hour straight, there is no intensity in it. I mean, there's bands who can actually do it pretty well, like Vader, for example, but even they have like some more groovy parts and also like the atmosphere has to be there. For me, like I like the combination of groove, tremolo picking blast beats, and the atmosphere. Like for example, Towards a Silent Grave, the last song on the album was primarily written by me, and like this black metalish influence, like the section. Yeah, if you mix it, the more you can mix together and make it sound good, the better, I think, because like it takes you to this musical journey of different emotions and also lyrical settings. So
yeah, I couldn't agree more. I'm a musician myself, and so and a vocalist. I can see all my guitars sitting behind me. So there's my little studio here as well. So I'm constantly making music. I'm playing with the band fairly consistently. So I get it, like especially that atmosphere and creating a narrative that not just resonates with yourself, but when it does resonate with yourself, it resonates with everybody else that hears it. So
yeah, of course. And you should never limit yourself to like, okay, we are this type of band that only plays this exact style of riffing, because like you can do this for like 2 albums and then it gets boring.
Yeah.
You don't need to change everything up every time you release an album, but like there has to be some degree of variation always.
Yeah, unless you're AC/DC or Metallica.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then you can do that, but then it also gets boring. At least in my opinion, I'm like,
look, yeah. Now, look, I like to nerd out on gear a little bit. So, what gear are you using? What's your setup? Did you use like stuff on the recording that you wouldn't use live, and vice versa?
Okay, so we actually use more or less exactly what we use on record, because we are digital. So,
oh, nice.
Yeah, because I don't know, like the gear has become so much better in the digital amp simulation realm, and like right now we used to play with a Kemper 3 years ago. Then we switched to a Line 6 Helix.
Yes.
And now we're just on a laptop, because it makes the programming much easier, because like when you have to do the program changes for different parts, because we don't have MIDI controllers on stage, doing it just like with the control signal, sending it to the Helix is much more complicated than just like starting a DAW and just programming it inside there. It makes life so much easier.
Yeah.
But like if we're talking about sound wise, what kind of amps we prefer, I mean, 5150 can't do anything wrong with that. People might say it's like overused, but like, yeah, it just sounds good. I mean, we can always combine it with like something more grimy and make your own version of it. But I don't know. I mean, I think guitar sounds have pretty much developed to the state where they're like good as they are. There's not so much room for improvement. I mean, you can always go crazy and do something experimental, but then we're not talking about like regular death metal or modern metal in general. Then we're talking about stuff like, I don't know, straight HM2 Doom or whatever, super distorted, tons of pedals, feedback loops. I mean, there is room for experimentation, but like with the regular straight, if you want, I mean, you want the riffs to sound pronunciated, and the tremolo picking to sound just juicy, and there is 5150 is the way to go, in my opinion.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that experimentation can come in with that atmosphere side of it as well. Like, that's such a great area to be able to play with. And
yeah, people focus sometimes way too much on the gear aspect of things, because like in the end, you can buy tons of pedals. They will make your chuck sound good.
Yeah,
they will make your tremolo picking sound good. In the end, like, also, if we're talking about sound, less gain is more, in my opinion. Yes, especially like if you play like groovy riffs with like accentuation and whatever, if you just dial the gain up to 10, no one will hear anything live.
Yeah.
So
yeah, you lose all that clarity, all that goodness that's there that is needed. Yeah, 100%. Mate, you've kind of answered this next one for me a little bit, but who's your favorite band or artist all time? Could be a dead or alive.
For me personally, Morbid Angel and Gojira. Yeah,
Gojira, yes,
because
awesome.
just limiting this question to one artist doesn't do the rest of them justice, I think. But like, yeah, Gojira, like I started listening to metal pretty early, when I was like, I don't know, 9, 10, 11 or something, and got into the super hard stuff pretty quickly. I was falling asleep to Nile when I was 13 or something.
That's awesome.
Got like Tomb of the Mutilated when I was 13 from my friends. So, and then I had this short period where I was like a bit like burned out by this kind of music, and metal in general was more like listening to hip hop. And then Gojira came along, and they had like this super different approach with the atmosphere, and it was much more relatable to me in that period, and they again reignited my interest in all the rest of them again as well, especially like Morbid Angel, because Gojira, like most of the stuff that you would associate with Gojira, like the pig scrape or I don't know, these twisted twin melodies and the groove, it's so heavily influenced by Morbid Angel.
Yeah.
And so that's like probably the two bands that I would have to name. Yeah.
Now, if you could jam with anybody, whether that be someone coming over and playing with you guys or you getting the opportunity to play with someone else, who would it be? It's a hard question.
That's a very odd question. Just one person or one band?
Oh, you could have both if you like.
Okay.
There's so many options.
Vader. Yeah, Vader for sure. And like artist wise, like from guitar perspective, yeah, probably Trey Azagtov. In the 90s, not right now because I don't think he's in a good place.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Probably like early 2000s Behemoth, like jamming with I forgot their drummer's name. Inferno, or like from modern drummers, Crim from formerly Decapitated and now Septic Flesh. Yeah, there's just so many people I would love to jam with. Yeah.
I mean, I love putting that stuff out there because you put it out there and hopefully it happens. So.
Yeah, me too, man. It's like I would love to play with those guys. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, outside of music, what inspires your creativity?
For me personally, going to shows.
Yeah.
I mean, like, do you mean like completely outside of music or like?
Oh, anything in general, just outside
I mean, like going to shows or like listening to music in nature.
Yes.
When I'm like going through, I don't know, I've grown up like in this not really. It's a bit of a hilly landscape, but not like in the mountains, but like this being on top of a mountain and looking down into the valley is just like the most death metal thing that there is to me, actually. It kind of sounds weird, but that's the way it is. And I don't know, sometimes when I used to play video games, of course,
yeah,
especially like sci-fi stuff, yeah, I mean, emotions, obviously. Like if you're super pissed or, I don't know, like a bit sad or like, I don't know. It's the drive to get out, to get the emotions out or like to overcome the emotions is very inspirational also.
Yeah.
Because like if you're like angry, you will like write something super aggressive. And usually when I'm a bit down, I would write something that is like melancholic but hopeful at the same time and also aggressive. And this is like I'm just need this hopeful spark in there. Yeah.
Yeah, look, I'm a vocalist, so I thrive on that sort of stuff, you know.
You do gutturals or also singing?
All the above, yeah, like super lows, highs, a little bit of clean singing stuff. So we're like a early 2000s metalcore, but with a mellow death twist in there.
Oh, that sounds amazing. I will have to take a listen to that.
Yeah, so we're called Storm the Crown.
What's the band?
Storm the Crown.
Okay, I will check it out after the interview.
Yeah, after we finish, I'll send you a link and yeah.
Excited to hear them.
Yeah, well, last question as always, have you got anything you'd like to say to the Australian fans?
Don't get bitten by a snake or a spider. I don't know.
Hey, it's a real threat. It's a real threat. Well, you're just used to it, but
yeah, I know. I can't, for the sake of my life, imagine living there. I mean, like this landscape is beautiful, but like with all that toxic stuff.
I have. I've killed multiple very dangerous spiders today. Just today. So
Okay, that's that's insane, man. Yeah, but we have to. I would love to visit Australia. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I mean, like, to the Australian fans and listeners, I'm stream the album. I don't know if there's a good way of getting our stuff in Australia right now.
Yeah, all the standard places you can listen to it wherever you could normally listen to it. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Support us and keep the metal alive. And hopefully one day we can visit Australia and play some shows there. We would love to do that.
Well, we would love to have you here, mate. And I appreciate your time today. And hopefully we'll get the chance to speak again.
Thanks for sure, man. It was a pleasure.
Now, transmit.